Today, we're talking about some of my favorite topics in business, and that is all about how do you come up with an amazing vision, idea, product, and a roadmap to execute it. For social purpose entrepreneurs, for those folks that want to really change the world and make an impact, today's workshop about how to come up with a business idea, how to come up with your business model canvas and start mapping out how your idea could change the world is a really exciting topic. These 4 pillars are essential for shifting our thinking when coming up with a business idea so that we truly have a product that solves a need and a pain point for our clients. Our 4 pillars help you break down your business idea to make sure that your business and your product and your service is really oriented around your customer and something that they're truly going to love. Our 4 pillars are: first, begin with empathy, not product. Second, map your business idea out on the back of a napkin. The 3rd pillar is that every idea is just a guess until it's validated. And the 4th pillar is to become obsessed with the product solution fit. Let's dive into the first pillar. Start with empathy and not a product. What you'll get introduced to later on in the workshop series is this really cool tool that we use called the Value Proposition Canvas. The Value Proposition Canvas helps you really get clear on what are the needs of my customers, what are the pain points, what they need to do, and what might be challenging about that for them. Then we can come up with a really good fit, a really good solution that fits. So let's start with an example that's really relevant to Tofino. And let's unpack our 4 pillars through this example. The example that we want to use to talk through the different concepts in these 4 pillars for coming up with your business idea is through the lens of a walking tour company. So let's imagine this walking tour company, and let's start with this first pillar of empathy and not product. Really what that's looking for is understanding, okay, who's coming to Tofino? Who are all the different customer segments out there in the world? And this is really fun. You get to choose what are the segments. You can draw from different resources, maybe look at Tourism Tofino or other tourism related information, or even other businesses around town, and see how are they defining the different customer segments. But let's just keep it really simple and let's choose family. So let's imagine a family's come to the Best Western Tinwis Resort in Tofino, owned by the Qiloqiut First Nations. And they've shown up in the beautiful traditional territories, the Hahuthli of the Qiloqiut Nation. And they're looking around and saying, wow, how do we really come to know and experience this beautiful place? There it is. That's the first job. The family's looking around, and their job is to discover an opportunity to connect with place, to connect with the Qiloqiut Hahuthli. So from an entrepreneur's perspective, a good product solution fit to helping them with that job could be offering a walking tour. So by starting with the empathy of who's coming to the place, what is it that they're looking to do, right away we can come up with a really good business idea that we know probably will fit their needs. One last thing about empathy. Empathy is the ability to really put ourselves in the shoes of another person. So one of the things that we recommend with this first pillar is to see, can I walk in the shoes of the customer that I'm trying to serve? Go become a tourist at home for a day or for a week. Maybe go take a trip to somewhere else and be a tourist there. And ask yourself, what are some of the things that I'm trying to do to really truly experience this place? What are some of the things I need or want on this trip to have a great time? And then come back home and start to see if you could come up with an idea that might fit that need of the folks coming to visit the Qiloqiut Hahuthli. You'll know when you've nailed the empathy piece when you feel excited. And when you take that feeling of excitement and you go experiment out in the real world and you ask people, maybe even real tourists or real target customers, and you say, hey, I've got this idea. What do you think? That process, we call that idea validation. And that's really the core of the workshop series for coming up with an idea and mapping it out, is taking all that we've learned about beginning with empathy, truly understanding the needs of our potential customers, coming up with solutions that will really fit their needs and be special for them, leads us to the next pillar. And that next pillar is to be able to map out your business model on the back of a napkin.